Welcome everybody to my channel once again. So I'm going to continue where I left off in the last part. So people usually think that because they only see I'm the person who has been fighting with these psychopaths, Mark Passio, Sathikos Boza, the breakaway group, lunatics, rabid lunatics. This is the longest period of time, 6 years. People give up. People let things go, and I let things go even. So let me explain you in a bit uh, everything that is wrong with their Mark Passio's teaching and his cult members' teaching and what they are feeding you into. But before that, there's another person who has exposed him. Is Sethikas Boza, the bullshitter Boza of Blackwood Productions, a charlatan? Same Sethikas Boza who scammed me, by the way. And now let's listen to this short video of 10 minutes. By the way, he also exposed Sethikas Boza when I exposed Sethikas Boza 5 years ago. His name is Lord Osirion, how you pronounce this. So he also exposed Sethikas Boza when I was exposing him. His video still stays. Exposed Boza for being a mental patient. Why people still fall for his bullshit and is beyond me. This is my content. This is my comment. Got 4 likes. Look at this at his initiation prices now. These are the people whom they're expressing. So what is going on with Mark Passio and cult is, and you should understand this logic, that Mark Passio is complicit with whatever Sethikas Boza is doing. And if you go to Sethikas Boza, Mark Passio, and you listen to these people's whole shit, if you're a new person, if you're old person have been you're impressed with his whole shit, there's no hope for you. But people who are new, and listen to them and sit with yourself for 5 minutes and tell me how you're feeling about that. You will feel that there's something very wrong. You cannot figure out anything. They're shitting, they're spewing, and maybe you will agree with a few things they're spewing. But there's something very bad, very wrong with these people. The thing that is wrong with these people is Sethikas Boza told me he's a Satian. He's a Satian, means Satanist. The same Satians Mark Passio claims to expose, by the way. Anton Levi, and there's another Satian. There was another Satian. His name was Aquino, Michael Aquino, something. So Michael Aquino and Sethikas Boza had some fight. Not directly. I mean, I'm talking about fight, but what happened was, as far as I've understood, as far as I have dug into this thing, there used to be a British conspiracy theorist, I will say. I forgot his name. There used to be this Boris Johnston something. Not there's British basis something basis this basis that Boris Prime Minister Britain. So sorry for confusion. So his last name was Johnston, by the way, or Johnson, or I don't know. So I forgot his name. Sathikas Boza was involved in that scenario, and people blamed Boza for that. Boza did his theater play even there, something like that. So, what happened when I was interacting with Boza? Boza thought that he was using me as a tool, and he was prepping me to become Satanist, by the way. And from the day one that I contacted Boza, to throughout the period, because I did not have any interest in Satanism or occultism, this and that. I had interest in what I was looking for, what I wanted to understand for whatever the hell I was going through back then. Okay. because I had to ask. There were weird things back then, and later on I understood that those were the things caused by alt right. Alt right is fucking with people's head in so many ways you cannot even understand. And right wing. Okay, a lot of people think that alt right, right wing, they are good because they follow religion, they follow. No, or alt right, these skinheads and all stuff, neo Nazis that we call. No, if you think these people are right, you are carrying some sort of hatred and bias, and they have hijacked your hatred and bias. When I'm interacting with you, when I'm talking about these things, I'm coming from a healthy place, healthy point of view. Healthy means healthy, not hatred. I'm not here for perpetuating hatred. What right wing has done, it has invoked people's hatred. Okay, there's really shady things are going on in these things. I don't speak in terms of conspiracy still because they have a different explanation in academic backgrounds. All right, like right wing people would say that there's some black magic is going on, so that won't be a hyperbole. Okay. Anyway, let's focus onto this. I will discuss little by little all these things. Not being honest about your sun sign is something a non-initiate would do. So Satyakas Boza, he lies about his sunshine. I'm not sure about all these things. I don't follow astrology, but still, well, if humanity is in such a dire predicament, having paid packages to become initiated always screamed bullshit to me. Just ask for donations and provide the information for free. The situation is so fucking bad. Okay. By the way, I provide all my information for free, and if you want to donate, there's a donation link in my channel. Okay. Do you plan any more educational information? I'm old enough to know everything about Kenshiro, the higher of the hair of Divine School of Hokuto, whatever the hell this is. Looks like some troll account to me. Wait, what? Fan wikis for anime series for real? Let's listen. Let's listen to this. Very interesting stuff. Just a second. There's audio related issues. Hope it's working now.
I have to make, but unfortunately, I do have to make it. Now, okay, hello everyone. This is a video that I'm sorry that I have to make, but unfortunately, I do have to make it. Now, the question is Sethicus Boza of Black Earth Productions a charlatan? And we're going to find that out today. Now, I've known him for 3 years, and we were really good friends. I mean, I talk to him all the time. I mean, I have hours and hours of conversations with this guy over the years. Okay, we even collaborated on a project together. I mean, we were really good friends. Okay, and recently,
Listen how Boza scammed him also. Because this is his mode of operation. Boza has done this to multiple people, not just him, not just Breakaway Group. There are a lot of at least 7, 8 other people that came to my channel and told me that they got scammed by Boza. Okay? Mark Passio's right hand man who talks about, by the way, Boza preaches people to be moral and ethical, and Mark Passio preaches people to be moral and ethical, all the while they're scamming people. Now listen how he has scammed him.
in March 2020, which is now, he really stabbed me in the back and he burned me in a way that was severely underhanded. Okay, and what makes it even worse is I was on the phone with him for like hours just 2 days before that, and I was helping him through a crisis. Okay, and he really did a really underhanded thing. But see now, I've always known that Boza was a bullshitter. Okay, the whole time I've known him, I've known he was a bullshitter, but I just attributed it to mental illness. Okay, I thought, okay, this guy's just severely deluded. He's mentally ill. Because the thing about him is, he can't back up any claim he makes. He claims to be a shaman. He claims to be part of wisdom councils. He claims all this stuff, and he can never verify, back up.
Okay, shaman. Mark Passio, Boza, all these people, they lie to people. They spew all sorts of bullshit. What these people truly are, they are not shaman, they are not occultists, they're nobody. They were bums in the trailers. Okay? And bums who were raised to be psychopathic. They are actual psychopaths. Okay, I'm not diagnosing anybody, but this thing I have to say online because you cannot diagnose people online. You can analyze people online, but take my words. It's exactly how real life psychopaths actually are. If there exists this terminology called psychopathy, actually, and narcissism, all right. So they don't exist into some separate space than you and me and you. Okay, they exist among us. Learn to identify them before it's too late.
Or anything that he claims. Okay, as a matter of fact, he's always pushing things to later date. I think right now he's on 2025, but when it gets to be 2025, it'll be 2030, then 2035. The thing about charlatans is the now is always your responsibility, and the payoff from them is all.
By the way, there's this thing called 2025 agenda, 2030 agenda. And I think when these people, like if you discuss with Seth Boza one to one, not what his facade is online after reading from fan wikis and everything else, no. When you interact with him one to one, you understand that this person has a intellect of a, and I don't want to insult mouse and all that stuff, animals, okay? He has an IQ and intelligence of a mouse, trust me, a rat, okay, or a possum, one to one, not after all the facade. He can theater play about a lot of things after reading from internet. There's no doubt that he had wasted a lot of time in reading things from internet, from fan wikis, from your Reddit, from movies. Okay, Boza took my money. He told me that he has the uh, good stuff that you cannot find anywhere. And I said, I don't need your whole shit. I asked you this question. Give me answer to these questions that you promised. And he said, I will hook you with these books. Well, what the fuck is this person you talking about? For 3 4 months, I did not understand what the fuck was actually going on. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So these people, what these people are doing, they're coercing people into some agenda. That agenda is being perpetuated by alt right. As far as my understanding goes on to these things, this is alt right stuff. Alt right, not anarchy. Sathikas Boza is not an anarchist, but he pretends anarchist. I think Sathikas Boza is being funded by alt right. When you hear, go to his channel, you listen to him spew, he says that you have no idea what's coming and you cannot stop what's coming. He said this multiple times, multiple times. Okay, ancient future, this and that, all sorts of narcissism is going on there. And this is what they actually truly believe, not whatever the whole shit they spew. People like Lord of Sirion, people like me, there are other people, I don't want to name them. I have names, but I don't want to name them. And I'm not talking about this breakaway cult of rabid psychopaths also. Okay, so what these people, what I have experienced, that is one to one experience that most of the people are lacking what most of the people interact when they come across any Sethicus Boza, any Mark Passio, anybody else. They come across the facade they have in front of camera, all the everything they spew on internet. It is a part of game, okay, with an agenda. So Sethicus Boza told me that he follows Satanism, something. He told me that I should do this meditation, a lot of crazy things, and none of those things, how they spew, they are meditation. That's how they think that they are meditation. Okay, meditation. They don't understand the meaning of meditation, so they have made their own horse shit. They mixed some witchcraft, something, and they use these terminologies to hide their horse shit behind the scenes. All right.
Always in the future. Okay. Now, he's not a shaman. He's not a wisdom counsel. The thing is, you would gain more insight and knowledge if you read chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita than you would ever gain from Boza. Okay. You know, it's just know what it is. Now, okay, in this evidence I'm about to present, okay, in the description, there's going to be 3 folders called Evidence 1, Evidence 2, and Evidence 3. Within those folders contains enough evidence to hang this guy, okay? And you really need to look at that. It's very important that you look at the evidence because this video alone, without looking at that evidence, won't really make as much sense if you don't. Okay, the first folder is a conversation between me and Boza about the runes. He made a
See, okay, the runes are not a modern system. Man, I don't know where you even getting that idea from. If you're talking about this is Boza and this is Osirion. If you're talking about a comment on a post, put it on the post. I told you in the post where I got it from. I'm going to have to disagree on this one, man. Sigh. Who write sigh? SIGH like this? A manipulator, a psychopath who's manipulating you. Who write this? The Kolbrin is not even close to more ancient, let alone the Hebrew. If you can't have a public discussion on your own post about the validity of what, you can't have public discussion on your own post about the validity of what you claim. I'm not doing it here. If you have to delete my comment because it goes against what you believe, then I'm not talking about it here. I provided you with a clear and detailed explanation of what I claimed and why you chose to delete it. Posting actual evidence or even taking the time to review the evidence would have been a nobler choice. I've already looked into all of these things, man. It's not a slight. I just don't want to get into debates on a post. Okay? So, what Boza does is he's always working on a plan with every single body where he on publicly he make everybody like he amplify things that would make others look stupid, dumb, anything. And when somebody comes up with some substantial thing, he hide in a corner. He take things offline, and he can't continue that. Whatever the hell is on public debate, he continue to smear, mock, attack those people. All right, and here he behaves like this. He has different way to manipulate different people. All right, people who might be reading this, they may be thinking that yeah, he's writing something nice, he's a nice guy and all stuff. No, this is how he gaslight people. This is how he gaslight. When Osirion is talking about this thing, Boza they get paranoid real quick. So what these people do is they pretend to behave like this. They don't show their true self, like Mark Passio does usually. Okay, I've already looked into all of these things, man. It's not a slight. Uh, I just don't want to get into debates on a post. I've been in study for years to all of this. Timelines have been fucked with hard. So to my experience, so has history and all that most think. That is why I message you and others directly is there is some sort of discrepancy. This is why I messaged you and others. Okay, King Arthur in America, Redux final. I'm watching this right now. As to Arthur's Artorias, I have also made this part of my Magi Guild Shaman series. Go deep into it without even asking, not even needing. That person is asking something else, and he's throwing these videos in his. Okay, I'm listening to this right now. I'm mentioning Wilson and Blackett in the segment. I did as well. Going to have to take my time with this video. I'm very busy over here. So this is how he brushed people off. Always. Boza is always busy doing nothing. The day you provide evidence for anything you claim is the day I will take it seriously. But today you showed that rather than publicly back up your claims with the legitimate evidence, you decided to delete the thread so no one else can see that you don't have the evidence. That's exactly what Boza does. By the way, this is right hand man of evidence. You have belief and emotionally change charge opinion. Decide to delete the threads so no one else can see that you don't have evidence. You have beliefs and emotionally charged opinions. It wasn't even a hostile comment. It was friendly, respectful, and amiable. But you couldn't even handle that. No, I simply don't have time to debate. He has time to post all these things. He does not have time to debate. Okay. Gaslighting. It's called gaslighting. I simply don't have time to debate on a post like a said man, and you don't have to believe anything I share. I have. He has time to write all these paragraphs, these essays. He does not have time to debate on a post. Okay. No, I simply don't have time to debate. I have already explained that. Don't assume I can back these things up first with that fact in my life. Is my life is evidence of things I'm saying in context? What grandiose and what I practice and know. Past the observation with this thing going into fragments, all of this is living, and I never said you were being hostile or anything like that, man. As to respect, it was a post that I made and explained to you why two times now. I'm looking into what you have shared, and as I said, did a segment on Arthur myself. So far, there are things I can agree with, but there is so much of all of this, and I have presented in context. And this is, and it's this that I will not allow to happen on a post. He will not allow this to happen on a post because this he will get exposed. So this is exactly what Boza has been doing to everybody. What Boza does is he interact with people, and as he go along with people, he do his all his fucked up things, and when he get caught, he twist these things by gaslighting, by manipulating, by removing content, by hiding things, by editing comments, all sorts of psychopathic tricks. Okay, and this is the right hand man of Mark Passio, and these people are going to preach you morality and ethics. By the way, okay, and it's this that I will not allow to happen on a post, and I don't delete it for the reason you have. That I messaged you directly. I consider you a friend and ally, man. Okay, it's Machiavellianism, by the way, manipulativeness. I've been waiting for an evidence for actually Cheyenne Dean's universal tree since 2017. It's a good thing. Not holding my breath. How's the training in Hokuto Shinken going? You know that ancient, you know that, ancient art you claim to private to, you know, the fictitious and art created for a Japanese anime movie. You don't have evidence, you have delusions that you think are real. I provided evidence for my claim. You deleted that thread. I'm not even saying the guy is 100% in his claims, but he doesn't present compelling case based on real evidence, and the Cole brand script is a part of that evidence, and he has shown that it's legitimate. He also points out the controversy behind it. The evidence, controversy behind it, I have found that people that can't at least entertain the possibility of being wrong are usually wrong, and they are also usually fanatically deluded, sort of like Christians. If you consider me a friend, try not to bullshitting me. The evidence in terms of universal tree of life, and as far as things to the art of assassination, they are fucking real. Where do you think they got the idea from in the first place? In terms, I encourage you to reach further beyond the surface of things, man. I don't know why you are coming at me like this right now, and your energy is a bit hostile. Energy, new agey, okay? And I don't like it, and it exactly why I messaged you directly. I'm not bullshitting you or anyone here, anybody else, anyone else. And I never said for anyone to believe anything. I say look into yourself and take it further past certain sources. You not only you're not the only one that knows shit in terms of things, and I am in the business of exploring and seeing how it all correlates. All right. Fact is, I hate the Christian religion for what it is. So, what the hell is your problem, man? I encourage you to relax this. If you want to speak about things, we can, but I don't owe you or anyone else anything on a demand here. It's a lot. I mean, this person did not have any time to discuss anything on our post. He had time to write these essays after essays after essays because he actually wanted it hidden. At the same time, he's gaslighting people, him, he is attacking him, he's twisting things, he's presenting himself as a knower and all that stuff. Okay, if you want to speak about things, we can, but I don't owe you anyone else anything on a demand here. It's a lot to get into, and it is a lot to unpack. I respect you as a friend and individual, but will not be drawn out into senseless banter about who is right and who is wrong. So I can feel better about what I have presented because there is a disagreement. If we don't got time for this shit, I mean, one person is claiming that he is talking about a mythological thing that did not exist, that is not real, and he is spewing all this thing to attack that person about all this shit and count the number of dots he has. All right. I'm not the one that delete a comment because you can't back up your claims. You are the one that came at me. If you think you can twist words with me, think again. Don't even fuck with me. I have been more than patient with you. Need to fucking relax, man. I'm not coming at you. I'm willing to speak with you directly, but not debate and argue and banter. That is why I messaged you, because if I were to continue with the convo public, this is where you would have pulled things, and I don't have time. He does not have time. When people start to expose this person, he does not have time. Alright? Sathicus Boza even maintain the narratives. I'm talking with my one to one experience. When you're interacting with this person, you think that you're discussing with a normal person. But you only understand this thing that you are interacting with a psychopath later on. And he does all these things. He always does like this, and he make all the blames, all the problems, everything else about other people. Always. Even when he's wrong, he yell, scream, whine, moan at people to make them, like, they try to intimidate people. Okay, so that people won't expose these comebacks. This is the morality of these people, by the way. This is a right hand man of Mark Passio's cult I'm talking about here. Okay, I'm going working right now, so I won't go way deep into sharing certain things to back my shit. Way better than this man. Things I don't have time for this shit. Be best, be good man. There is still a lot, and I'm working on pack at this place. This is going to take years in hindsight. All I care about is getting as many eyes aware of OTS. So Lord of Sirion created a tree of life. Okay, the original beef was right to the cult. Okay, the original beef was, you can read all this whole shit. You may have seen on Sathikas Booza's channel. There are these runic tree and all stuff. Let me show you, then you will understand what's going on here. You may be thinking that this childish thing and I don't want to waste my time. We're not talking about the topic here per se. We are talking about the behavior here. Okay, behavior pattern of this psychopath. Original beef was this tree of life. Okay, can you see this logo? And there's a tree. So Lord Osirion created a tree that Boza stole, and he used this tree to fool me. Sathikas Boza. Sathikas Boza stole tree from Lord Osirion. He scammed him, and using his stolen tree, he scammed me. All right. Okay. And let's listen to this. Let's
Post
complete.
he made a public post on Facebook about the runes, and I innocently made a comment and posted a documentary that was basically going against what he said. Well, this guy jumped in my inbox faster than a bullfrog out of a frying pan, right? And he started attacking me basically about what I did. He goes, "Oh, what are you talking about? All this stuff." You'll see in the pieces of information. Okay, so um, now, the thing is about that, Boza thinks the Elder Futhark runes are an ancient rune system that goes back like antediluvian. Thousands of years, millions of years, you might even say. But that's not the case. The Elder Futhark runes are a modern runic system, and as a matter of fact, they didn't even get the attributes they have now.
Okay, you can watch this video completely. What he's talking about is a runic system, and he's giving you a specific case study where he fooled him, where he lied him, he deceived him. And these are his exact words. You can go to Lord of Sirion's channel. Is Sethix Bose a bullshitter, Bose of Black Earth Production, or charlatan? But this is not me. It's somebody else. There are multiple peoples like this. Some don't even have YouTube. Some don't even know how to create videos. Okay. Now see. Now see this. Where's this? Yeah, this. How he's spewing. How he's going to preach you morality and ethics.
Sentient beings, and they do rob, steal, or diminish from other beings. It's a very simple dynamic that there are basically seven prohibitions or seven.
So tell me, if Mark Passio is a wise person, I mean, if he's a wise person and he claims to know everybody and everything, how come he's still friends with a psychopath who is scamming, harming, attacking people? Alright? So, what is going on is Mark Passio knows who Sathika Sposa is. Mark Passio knows who other people are, what they have been doing in his cult. He knows everything. He also does those things. They only attack common people like me or anybody else that they attract on the channel first to become the member of the cult, and they do not agree with the horse shit because they sniff some horse shit in their cults, and then they want you to be moral and ethical to not expose these comebacks. Okay, so they use these things as a weapon. They weaponize morality, ethics, this and that as a weapon to smear campaign you, to smear you, to role reverse, to twist things, to twist narratives, to blame shift. Why they do it? They get first narcissistic supply and nobody believes them. They're victims. Okay? So they leave a trail of victims. A trail of victims. They're breaking people. These psychopaths are breaking people. And then they say that there's something wrong with these people. Obviously, if somebody is going to attack me and let's say stab something on my eye, I'm eyeless. And then later on he will say that this, look at this person with one eye. They will mock at that person. All the while you are trying your best to not stoop to their levels. So this is what these people are actually. Okay. And don't tell me that Mark Passio does not know that what Sethicus Boza is. Don't tell me what Mark Passio does not know what Logan Hart is. Alright. And at the same time he spew attack people that people are so bad, people are this and that. There are only good people, few good people, and those few good people are these people. Okay, these psychopaths. Regular people are insane. Alright, according to Mark Passio. Okay. So what are they sucking you into? They're sucking you into an agenda. There's a hidden agenda. I've understood because they always keep these things hidden mostly. They will not tell you anything. Then what is there even deeper? Like Sethicus Boza, Mark Passio does not have any idea about how crazy Boza is. Okay. So what happens is sometimes the confusion is when Sethicus Boza is running his scam, his psychopathy, he has his own tricks and he's using these people as a narrative by feeding them a different lie about me or anybody else that they have abused, harassed, attacked, stole from. Okay. So they don't even tell these people. And they use these people as a tool. Like there was a lot of issues going on with Mark Passio. His father was suffering or something. And Boza was using these things to pump him so that he can get more angry, he can get more reactive, he can get more deluded. There's certain things in life that a person goes through, they're bound to create reactions after that. Boza used those things against Mark Passio to run him as a tool to do his biddings. Okay, he used him as a proxy to fight Boza's fight. Okay, Boza thinks that he can do all sorts of fucked up things behind the scenes, and if somebody expose him having interaction with these people who are apparently famous a little bit, at least more famous, like Boza has more followers than me. I have 164 followers barely. These people have 25,000, 50,000 followers. So what the thing is, if they created a narrative, they ran a smear campaign, they made the person look like an idiot, possessed, satanic, Christian, anything that comes in their deluded head, they smear that person with that. Well, the facts are different. When you check the facts of the person, they're very different. What these comebacks do is they continue using these things, continue this thing to create more and more pain, more and more suffering in the abuse like people they have abused, so that those people either shut their mouth or they die. Boza was like forcing me to commit suicide, by the way. Can you imagine this thing? And not that I was suicidal or something, or I am suicidal or something. No. What these comebacks do is they are not interacting you with a common person like thing. Like when you interact with a common, normal, healthy person, they don't run games or anything. When you interact with these psychopaths, their game is in the center. Boza is a psychopath. He's narcissistic second, psychopath first. So what they do is they are running a system and they always interact with the system, with the person. So you are never interacting with any Boza, any Passio. You are interacting with that game. And they want you in the narrative, in the whole shit that they spew, they say that I want you to be very raw, very real, so that later on they can use those things. You make mistakes. So Just understand this thing: when you're interacting with these psychopaths, you are interacting with a whole game and a whole cesspool. There are multiple people. All right, you're one person, there are multiple people. At the same time, they're fucking with your agencies. Agencies is something like, for example, if you're a person, you went to school, college, somewhere, studied, so you developed some skills, you developed some understanding on society, on work, on processes, on things. You have your own functional working model. What they do is they attack that functional model as well by horse shitting you with their horse shit. Okay, all right. Like, you follow a religion, like Mark Passio says that you should not follow any religion. Okay, fine. There's something wrong with religions. All right. Half people can agree with this, half people cannot, will not. Okay. Then they say that you should not be atheistic. All right. So religion is gone, atheism is gone. Now they have problem with science also. Science is gone. Then if you have other philosophies like Hinduism, Buddhism, you should not follow that. They are also de facto Satanism. That is gone. All the while having this thoughts hammer in the neck, by the way. Then they will say that uh, there are other beliefs, like anything that you have as a person to interact with the environment, to have this, uh, like, you need something to handle the reality. Reality is not a idea, it's not a thought, it's a process. So you have these bridges, these tools on the reality to interact with reality. All right. These comebacks, all the while doing every single thing, being satanist and everything else, they're doing it. They still do it. Okay. Asking you things that functions, you should not do them. He will not say that don't do these dysfunctional things of religion, this thing, this much, or this thing. No. So they have all the problem with everything. Now he will spew his sewage from his mouth onto you. Okay? Why do they do this? This is called complete submission coercion. Coercion, submission. This is what Mark Passio does, by the way. This is morality. He knows it. He does it with aware, conscious efforts. Okay? You should follow his deluded, distorted, fragmented understanding on reality, and you should not understand it, this and that. No, that's not the case. You should give him attention because there's nothing coherent in his whole shit. He has invented things. Invented in the sense, not actual invention, invented as in phony things, phony deluded things, to live in his shared fantasy where rules are according to him. Rules supports him. They are supporting you or not, they are making you uncomfortable, making you feel really bad, destroying your life, destroying your relationship with family, friends, anybody else. This is what these comebacks are calling freedom. Freedom for whom? Freedom for whom? And this is exactly what Satanism is. They want you to worship them. All the while they will tell, no, I don't want this. I'm not doing this. I'm not saying this. Because they are like this Pied Piper. They're hypnotizing you for your own demise. Things that you know, that you've learned, you've put a lot of efforts in learning them. Maybe there are some unhealthy things in all sorts of things. But these things, they run your life. And what they're doing is they're destroying those things and then they leave you. Okay? You have to either follow all his whole shit, go through all the abuse, listen all his stories, or they attack you, all right, and they depart from you. Now you are on your own. And why they do this? They do this, like, they attack even legal systems. So this is a special type of abuse you're going through when you interact with these people. You cannot go to law, okay, because partially they have messed with your psyche. They tried to make you anti-government, anti-social, and everything else. Okay, that they are where they are comfortable. By the way, partially, what will you tell them? What will you tell them? Okay, so they are engaging you with a fantasy always. This is why they engage you with a fantasy. There's no evidence left. There's no trail left. What they're doing is they're brainwashing you. They're priming you. They're using you as a tool. They want you to support the narrative. At the depth of the narrative, there's nothing. They're all shallow. There's their sick egos. They're feeding those egos. All right. This is what is going on. This is what I did not want to say for these things these years, because I wanted to just part from these comebacks, and I wanted these comebacks to stop spewing things about me. I didn't want to go to this depth. But this is exactly what is going on here. This is just one person. That's me. Multiple such people. There's a trail of such people. They've been using everybody that come their way. They extract things from them. They steal their intellectual. They steal and repack their thoughts. Things that they express these people. They attack those people when this is something good. Then they think that, yeah, maybe this is a very good thing. So they attack you because they want to say those things. All right. All right. They want to be the first exposer, shower, knower, explainer of those things. I'm speaking all these things after verifying these things for years. So this is what you're dealing with. This is not random madness. This is not some sort of lower level of something. After doing all these things behind the scenes, by the way, after supporting his friends, people will not still believe. Let me show you. He's his best buddy. Mark Passio's Boza's best buddy. All right.
When you ignore the big demon in the room. If you ignore the biggest presence of evil, that doesn't shrink and go away. It
And the irony is, Mark Passio cannot see who he is discussing these things with, a demon.
grows and grows and grows.
Right.
Demonic influence.
And Mark Passio actually think they have created this segment for me, by the way, once again. And they think that they are spewing something intellectual, something very interesting, very knowledge, wisdom, something. No. This is Mark Passio's buddy, Satyakas Boza. Okay. Okay. All right.
Exceed what the existing mag
And see what he's preaching you. See the disconnection, dissociation from the reality.
had done. I'm a way shower. I
Not here. Here. This is a most recent video of Passio.
Things that you should not do under natural law. There are 7 transgressions.
Only Mark Passio and cult can do this thing to other people. You should not do this. What? What type of mental disorder is this? Just tell me. I mean, if I'm lying, everybody's lying. All these screenshots are lying. They don't exist. Right? None of these things exist. Okay. So many people. Okay, they are my followers. Sorry. So everybody is lying. Only these people are greatest. Okay. There are multiple people. I don't want to name names, but there are multiple people, believe me, who have been affected by Boza alone. So when his butt buddy, his also all sorts of friend, his top man, his right hand man, is doing all these things, what right does this scumbag has to spew onto people what he's spewing here and see what he's going to spew.
against others' natural rights. And then they all boil down to one type of wrongdoing, which is theft. So the 7 transgressions against natural
So scamming people of their money is considered as theft or not? If it is considered as theft, why is he sitting with a thief?
law, the behaviors that do initiate harm to other sentient beings are murder, assault, rape, theft, trespass, coercion, and deception. And if you break them down in
There's a deception I've proved in last video. I proved all these points. Okay, so tell me, what does this thing mean? Anything? Can you still believe these people? You think these people are right in their head? You think these are the epitome of morality and ethics? I'm asking you who follow these people. Do you think this is the best humanity can do? You think these people are doing any help or are healthy toward any society? What the hell are these people even doing? On their way out of their miserable, they are dragging you down with you. Why can't you understand? The way of understanding the word, experiencing life is dissociated, something that is considered as a mental disorder. The AF fill in the head. The ego is all airy. It is bloated. It is massive for no reason. They've deluded themselves. And they're deluding you. If you are going to ignore my stuff willingly after understanding this thing, seeing all the evidence, not just from me, from other people as well, you're deceiving yourself. Why do these people use coercion, this and that, like he's saying, to cover up their own fucked up deeds? Do you understand this thing? So yeah, I will keep this video even shorter today. Let's listen to his whole shit and then we'll stop.
turn, this is what basically natural law is explaining to us, is that we should not take property that does not belong to us. Natural law is entirely about the correct recognition of what is our property versus what is not our property. And yes, there is such a thing. A lot of people take things too far to the right brain direction and say there's no such thing as property. Well, this phone has my information loaded into it. I use
They take other people's property, that's not an issue. Okay, and I will show you the flaw in his whole shit again.
it on a daily basis. I'm responsible for its upkeep and working condition. It is my property.
No, this is not your property, by the way. A device that is created by a company that is full of application that are controlled by other people. How is that your property? I'm not saying like he's a stupid fool. I understand that he had paid for that, and that's his property now. I understand that part. But also, this is also wrong. Anyway, so only their property is property. What about other people's property? What about my money that you've taken? What about that Mark Passio? What about that? My intellectual property that you're stealing and mixing in your whole shit video and then gaslighting people. What about that? Does it qualify as intellectual property a theft? Like stealing somebody's intellectual property as a theft or not? What about all these things? They don't exist. There must be something wrong with you. Alright? Because Mark Passio cannot do anything wrong. Even when he is doing everything wrong, even when these scumbags are doing everything wrong, they are more into theater play. Mark Passio should not do anything wrong, even when he does wrong things. His cult members, they cannot do anything wrong. His best friends, but buddies, they cannot do anything wrong. Even when they're doing these things wrong, because when they're doing these things wrong, the whole shit does not work. The whole shit should work to keep these people going, right? Because this is their whole life. no matter how many people they are going to hurt in the process, in the way out. All right. So people don't understand these things, they will never understand these things. And if anybody want any evidence, then once again there are a lot of people who support these comebacks. They come and they attack, they see the evidence, then they start attacking. They don't want to understand that these people have been doing these things for years, for multiple people. And they're still preaching you morality and ethics, objective morality, by the way, ethics, natural law. None of these things apply to them, by the way. They only apply to their victims, people they are going to abuse, harass, scam. Do you understand what I mean here? So a lot of people go for this entertainment value when it comes to Mark Passio or any of these people. Because in order for a person to be moral and ethical, they need to have a core identity. These people are more about cloud chasing. What gives them attention, they will become that. All right. And what they do is, when they do all these fucked up things to people, they make tropes, tropes, about people, and they address those people with those tropes. So keep things funny for them. That's a cover once again. Okay. If you open their closets, you will find many skeletons, like that saying is. This is what you're interacting with these people and all the drama they do. That's all bullshit. When they do actual things, they forget all morality, ethics. Okay? This is the evidence in front of you. Don't need to me to have any face value. You don't know, probably me. You know him better, you know him more. That is theater play. Like there's an actor in a movie, he's a very good person and all sorts of things, and in real life he's a horrible person. That's what these people are. Oh, okay. All right. Do you understand what I mean here? Like that Edgar Casey, no, that other Casey guy, or your this Simpson, the golfer. All right, they're like that in person. So yeah, this is enough for today. Like anybody can spew things on internet. If they don't follow it, does it matter how good that is? I mean, if they had followed anything without, beyond theater play, they can do this for theater play to convince other people, to manipulate people for many years. But all the time when things will happen in reality, all the time they will violate those things and they will make an excuse for themselves to do those things. And they will always blame everything on the people they've been abusing. Always. Because Mark Passio cannot be wrong. Even when he's wrong, he cannot be wrong. Okay? And other people, they cannot be right when they're interacting with scumbag or any of those scumbags. They cannot be more intelligent than these people. They are not wiser than these people. Okay? All right. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic for dumb people who don't understand sarcasm. So, this is what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with. There are more. There's three links actually. He has there's three links of such thing, and this is just one incident. Multiple incidents, multiple evidence from multiple people that are all buried. That these people don't want them to see the light of the day. They don't want to discuss on posts. They keep their comments blocked. And then they attack you. And they play victim that they are being harassed. They're being harassed. Okay, this is what they are running. This is their whole mode of operation. Modus operandi is Mark Passio's. Okay, It's not some sort of fantastic thing. This has actually happened. They try to damage the person they have scammed, abused, harassed more and more, satisfy their sadism. Whatever the hell you listen in these videos, when they are talking about, they're not talking about the person. They're running a cover up operation where they cover up their actions. To blame shift to make the person in the narrative look like the worst person ever. All right? Do you understand? It's called smearing. And they're cowardly enough to do it using these virtue signaling. They never call anybody's name because then there are consequences. Then there will be responsibility. They don't do that, any of that. And then they will tell you that you are not moral, you are not ethical, you are a Satanist, right? You who came in contact with these scumbags, who did not know that these people are absolutely batshit crazy, and you try to do all the compassionate things with these people. You forgave these people multiple. Every single time you forgave these people, every single time you gave something in return, they weaponized that thing and they attacked. They attacked me multiple times using hundreds of people in all of their videos from past 5 6 years. Sathakas Boza has created all the videos after I came in contact with me. He's always gaslighting me. He's always harassing me, abusing me, targeting me, smearing me. All right. Mark Passio is doing it for when he came in contact with Boza. 3 years, at least 3 4 years. So this is what you're going to endure. And all the horseshit, the thing they talk about, being a good guy, honest guy, this and that. Those people are the number one target, by the way. If you were not honest, these things would not have affected you so much. If you were a crazy fucked up person, if there's an actual person who is doing actual bad things and he does not have any profit in doing bad, like if there's a psychopath, so that psychopath don't take things personally because they've been doing a lot of things fucked up, so they think that let this thing be over as soon as possible. People who do not do these things, they get most affected by these things. If you're not a thief, somebody call you thief, you'll feel really bad. Okay, so this is what they use against people to generate their narratives, to make people behave crazier. And then they say that look, these people are crazy. And the original reason you contacted with these people, that they claimed that they are helping people. This is the help you're going to get for your money. They will abuse you after taking your money. So you're funding your own abuse. You're funding your own sabotage, self sabotage. They will destroy every single thing, burn it to ground, and then they kick you out of their gang once they're satisfied their narcissism, their sadism, their psychopathy. Once they have snatched every single thing from your life, money, your intellectual property, anything, and they will later on use those things as gems to get more attention from different places. This is what I have been experiencing ever since I came across these people. And they will, after stealing your thoughts and ideas, they will attribute you to with their poor behavior. Means that does not end there. All the fucked up things they've done, they will blame all those things onto you toward that. So this is what their teaching is. their whole process is. They are psychopaths. I'm speaking out of my experience with these people, not clinical diagnosis. Okay, so yeah, enjoy your initiations, enjoy your greatness, one great work network, and all that whole shit. Keep filing for this whole shit. This is the last video here. I will not go back and forth with this comeback anything anymore. because what these comebacks do is they use other people to teach these people good things. Okay, you will not understand. They fight with people to learn new things, and then they use those things to create more narrative so that their little parasitic life process can continue. Right, I should stop here. Thanks so much.